Hello, my dear friends. If you're a senior woman like me, owning your own home is a treasure, a place full of memories, safety, and peace. But did you know that many women over 60 are unknowingly making legal mistakes that could put their homes at risk? Yes, it's true. I'm here to share 7 crucial legal mistakes lawyers warn us about. Mistakes that could cost you your home if you're not careful. Stay with me until the end, because I'll also share how to protect yourself and your most precious asset. And while you're here, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, comment below if you've ever worried about your home's safety, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss these important updates for savvy seniors like us. Part 1. Ignoring estate planning, the silent risk. Let's talk about mistake number 1. Ignoring estate planning. Now, I know estate planning sounds like something far off in the future, something you only need to think about when you're much older or unwell. But trust me, it's not. And ignoring it can be one of the biggest risks to your home and your family. Years ago, I watched my dear friend Susan struggle through one of the hardest times of her life after her mother passed without a will. You see, her mother had been a strong, independent woman, just like many of us. But she never thought she needed to put her wishes on paper. She assumed her children would know what to do with the house. Well, Susan's family ended up in a long, bitter court battle. The house was tied up in legal disputes for nearly 3 years. The family had to pay thousands of dollars in lawyer fees. And the worst part? The siblings, who once loved each other deeply, became divided over who had the right to live there or sell the property. That home, which should have been a sanctuary, turned into a source of pain and heartbreak. Don't let that happen to you. A will or a trust is more than just a document. It's your voice when you can no longer speak, your plan to protect your home and your loved ones. It doesn't have to be complicated or expensive, but it must be done. If you haven't done it yet, I beg you, make an appointment with an estate lawyer, ask questions, and make sure your wishes are clear and legally protected. Your home deserves that kind of protection, and so do your children or heirs. Part 2. Not having a power of attorney. Who will speak for you? Mistake number 2 is one I've seen too many women overlook. Not having a power of attorney in place. This is a legal document that lets someone you trust manage your financial and legal affairs if you can't. It's about having a safety net, not a sign of weakness. Imagine this. You've had a stroke or are recovering from surgery and can't pay your bills or make decisions. Without a power of attorney, no one can step in legally to handle things for you. Your home's mortgage payments might be missed, bills could pile up, or worse, someone could take advantage of the situation. I once knew a woman named Evelyn who didn't have a power of attorney. When she became ill, her family had to rush to the courts to get permission to act on her behalf. It was a long, stressful process that left her bills unpaid for months, and the house almost went into foreclosure. Having a power of attorney isn't about losing control. It's about choosing who you trust to protect your interests if you're unable to do so yourself. This person will act in your best interest, paying bills, managing repairs, and making sure your home remains secure. Please don't wait until it's too late. Talk to a trusted lawyer and set up a power of attorney for financial matters. It's one of the most powerful tools you have to protect your home and peace of mind. Part 3. Overlooking property ownership types. Know what you own. Mistake number 3 is all about understanding how you own your home. You might think, well, the house is mine, that's obvious, but the legal details of ownership can be tricky, and getting it wrong could cost you control over your property. There are different ways you can own a home: sole ownership, joint tenancy with rights of survivorship, tenants in common, and each one carries different rights and risks. Take my neighbor Carol, for example. She bought a house with her 2 adult children, listed as tenants in common. What she didn't realize was that this meant each owner had the right to sell their share without the other's consent. One day, one of her children tried to sell their portion to a stranger. threatening Carol's control of the home she lived in for decades. Had Carol known, she could have set up the ownership differently to protect herself, like joint tenancy with rights of survivorship, which would have automatically passed ownership to the surviving owners without the risk of outside parties stepping in. It's essential to ask your lawyer about your home's ownership type and what it means for you. If it's not right for your situation, you might be able to change it to protect yourself from losing control or being forced to sell. Understanding this is more than a legal detail. It's about knowing your rights and keeping your home safe for you and your family. Part 4. Failing to update legal documents after major life changes. Don't forget to review. Mistake number 4 is a big one. Failing to update your legal documents after major life changes. Life is full of surprises, marriages, divorces, deaths in the family, and these events often affect your rights to your home in ways you might not expect. I remember a woman named Helen who remarried in her 70s. She didn't update her will or property deeds because she thought everything is fine as it is. Unfortunately, her new husband passed away a few years later, and it turned out his children from a previous marriage had claims on the house because of outdated legal papers. This caused confusion, tension, and costly legal battles that could have been avoided simply by reviewing and updating her documents. The same goes for divorce or the death of a spouse. When your family structure changes, so should your legal paperwork. Otherwise, your home might become a prize for people you never intended to have any claim. Make it a habit. After any big change, sit down with your lawyer and review your wills, trusts, powers of attorney, and property deeds. Make sure they still reflect your wishes clearly and legally. Part 5. Signing documents without legal advice. Don't sign blindly. Now let's move on to mistake number 5. Signing important documents without getting proper legal advice. I cannot stress this enough. Whether it's refinancing your mortgage, agreeing to a reverse mortgage, or signing caregiving contracts, these are decisions that could have a huge impact on your home and your financial future. Years ago, my dear friend Martha was approached by a company offering a reverse mortgage. They promised quick cash, no monthly payments, and the ability to stay in her home. Sounds great, right? But Martha didn't fully understand the terms and signed the paperwork without consulting a lawyer. Later, she found out the fees and interest were eating away at her home's equity, and if she moved or passed away, the house would have to be sold to pay back the loan, leaving her children with nothing. Reverse mortgages and other financial agreements are complex, and scammers often target seniors who are eager for quick solutions. Never sign any legal or financial documents without first speaking to a qualified attorney or trusted financial advisor. Ask questions. Take your time. Your home is your most valuable asset, and protecting it means being cautious and informed. Part 6. Ignoring property tax and debt obligations. Keep up to date. Mistake number 6 is surprisingly common. Ignoring your property tax bills or other debts tied to your home. It may seem like a small thing, but missing payments can quickly snowball into major problems. I've seen many seniors overwhelmed by day-to-day life and forget to pay property taxes or utility bills. When these go unpaid, the government can place a lien on your home, or, in the worst case, begin foreclosure proceedings. There was a sweet lady named Agnes in my community who struggled to keep up after her husband passed. She didn't realize her property tax bill was overdue by several months until she received a notice of impending foreclosure. Thankfully, with help, she managed to settle the debts. But it was a stressful and frightening experience she could have avoided. The key here is to stay organized, set reminders for payment deadlines, or ask a trusted family member to help you manage these bills. If money is tight, speak with a financial counselor or your local senior assistance program. Help is often available. Keeping on top of taxes and debts isn't glamorous, but it's essential for keeping your home safe and sound. Part 7. Not planning for long-term care and its costs. Protect your home's future. And finally, mistake number 7, not planning for long-term care and the costs that come with it. This is a tough topic, but it's one every senior woman must face honestly. Many of us dream of aging peacefully in our own homes, but the reality is that assisted living facilities, in-home care, and nursing homes can be expensive, and these costs can drain your savings quickly. Without a plan, you may be forced to sell your home to cover these expenses. I remember a lovely woman named Ruth who spent her entire life building equity in her home. When she needed long-term care, she had no plan in place, and unfortunately, her home was sold to pay for nursing home bills, leaving her with nowhere familiar to live. The good news: there are legal tools to help protect your home, such as Medicaid planning, trusts, and insurance options designed specifically for seniors. An elder law attorney can guide you through these options and help you create a plan that preserves your home and dignity. Don't wait until a crisis hits. Planning ahead can give you and your family peace of mind, knowing your home will be protected no matter what. My dear friends, your home is more than just a place. It's your legacy, your safety, your comfort. Avoid these legal mistakes by getting informed, asking for help, and planning ahead. If you found this video helpful, please like, share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. Maybe you faced one of these mistakes, and don't forget to subscribe for more advice from someone who's been through it all. And if you want even more detailed tips and legal updates for senior women, sign up for my Savvy Senior newsletter. The link is in the description below. Let's protect our homes and our futures together. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and savvy, my friends.